and I'm located in Bangalore.
Thank you. Yeah, please. Can you hear me? Anita, are you there? Okay, no problem. And Shruti, can you please go ahead? You can unmute yourself and go ahead.
Hi,
Hear you. Are
I'm
you talking
Shruti.
something?
I have 4 years of experience
Yeah,
in IT. Oh, can you hear me?
yeah, I can
Hello?
hear you. Go ahead. We can hear you. Please go ahead.
Hello? Yeah, I'm Shruti. I have 4 years of experience. I'm located in Bangalore. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And Upendra? Upendra, can you hear me? Okay, no problem. So yeah, I think so. Upendra, you can hear me, but his voice, I can't hear his voice. Okay, no problem. You can just message me. You have a chat window. Okay.
Hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now. Yes, please go ahead.
Okay, fine. Go ahead. Good morning, everybody. This is Upendra here, located at Pune, and I have around 9 years of working experience, and currently I am working in software testing industry. I'm not, well versed about SAP BU or something like that.
Okay. Okay. And Upendra, who sent you the link?
I don't remember. Somebody sent me this email from by email, I'll have to check.
Okay,
Give me a
no
second.
problem.
I'm just checking, right? Money.
Okay, money, yeah. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, got
Yeah.
it. Yeah. So guys, thanks for individual introduction part. Okay. Anyway, I know already about Anita. Okay. So talking about today, I'm going through what are the topics I'm going to discuss. Anita, you can hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can
I
you hear
think
me?
she's having a problem. Yeah, we can hear you now. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
can you hear me?
Can you
I
please
can
give
hear you.
Anita? We can hear you now.
Yeah, I'm working on crystal reports, and I know little about business objects, but not much.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know about you already discussed with you. Okay. Thanks for that. So, hi everyone. Please mute yourself. If you unmute, so there is a lot of background noises coming. Even Shruti, please keep on mute. So we are recording this session, so you can able to go through the recorded session later if you have any questions. Okay. Sorry guys. Welcome to Business Objects online demo session, and we do record the session every day, and we'll share it every day in the evening time. You can go through it again also later. And if you could not, if you have any issue with your mic, so there is a chat window. You can type your question in the chat window, so I can just answer your question. So talking about, so yeah, thanks for everyone introduction part. So talking about myself, Madhukar Reddy. I have 11 plus years of experience in business objects. Currently, I'm working as a business object architect in a Bangalore location. I certified in a business object, Oracle Cognos. I started my career in a business object 6.5, very older version. And later keep on moving my career, so work with different versions of the business object, XIR2, 3X, BOXI 3.0 and 3.1, 4.0 and the BOBJ 4.1. Recently the SAP released the BOBJ 4.2 as well, so the development key has released, okay, and with our existing system, so we enable the latest feature of the 4.2 as well by installing the patches in the existing server. Okay, that means so it is covering the BO 4.2 as well. So currently there is nowhere the BO 4.2 is using, but in future they might use, but still, so there is no much difference between the 4.1 and 4.2. Okay, but yeah, you can see the lot of differences between the 3.0 and 4.0. There is a lot of difference. And in my career, so I work with SAP BW sources, so which means like develop reports, creating the universes by connecting to the source called the BW, business warehouse. It's called the SAP BI earlier. Almost I implemented more than 4 projects BW with BO, dashboards on top of the BW system, and develop a Webby reports connecting to the best queries. So as a part of the training, we are covering the BW with BO as well. And SAP HANA, so now you know everyone, so the SAP HANA is in-memory database. So most of the projects are migrated from the BW system to the HANA system. They are using the HANA as a database. So wherever the BW or HANA projects are there, so they are using the business object as a reporting tool. So BO also is one of the SAP module. So always they have to use a reporting tool as a business objects when there is any implementation project on BW or HANA. Okay. So so in my experience, like so I implemented more than 2 projects with HANA with HANA with BO that I am going to discuss in the training. And also I work with non-SAP sources, Oracle, Terra database and SQL Server databases. Okay, that means like so implemented a universes or reports on top of the non-SAP sources, Oracle, SQL Server database. Still BO is used for non-SAP sources also. Some people consider that the BO is only meant for only the SAP project. No. So still we are using the business object for non-SAP sources also. Like I can say more than 50 projects currently running on non-SAP sources. And 50% of the projects which is running on the BW with the HANA BO sources, HANA sources. Okay. And in my experience, like I work with BODI ETL tool, which is a data integrator earlier. Now it's called the data services. We are working with I work with BODS and DI as well, but my more experience in the business object tool. Okay, so I can say I am not that much expertise in the DS data services ETL tool. I'm very more experience in the business objects than any other tools. Okay, and in my experience, I work with the different domains: telecom domain, sales, banking, and HRMS. So as a BO developer, do we need to expert in the domain? Not required. We are into the technical. So if you have a domain knowledge, so it is easy to understand the report requirement, because as a report developer, we are gathering the requirement sometime. If you know very well the domain experience, and if you are very well in a domain expert, so while you gather the requirement, you can easily understand the requirement without any difficulties. Okay, so that's the purpose, like better having a knowledge of the domain knowledge. If not, then still we have a separate domain expert, so they are going to explain their exact requirement. Okay, and in our training, I am going to discuss end-to-end implementation. I'm going to discuss end-to-end implementation in using the sales project. Okay, consider from the scratch, gathering the requirement, understand the requirement, understand the source system, analyze the end user requirements, designing the universe, develop the reports, testing the universes and reports, validation, how to define the test cases, and deployment into the production, and giving the access particular reports to the particular users, and scheduling the reports, send it to the different location. So all end-to-end implementation we are going to discuss in our training. Okay, so that's about my experience. And apart from my project experience, working experience, I'm also giving the training past 4 years as online training, and also sometimes I'd go to the companies. I do give the training 3 days or 4 days full-fledged training to the companies. Okay, which is almost every day 9 hours. So that will cover 4 days. I take a leave and go to the companies and provide the training. Recently given the training Capgemini, and also the Mindtree company. Recently we completed the training, corporate training. Okay, and the online training I do regularly, so morning timings and evening timings. So preferably I do in the morning timings only. Okay, so that's about the myself. And coming to the topics which I'm going to discuss. If you look at here, there are 20 topics. The last, if you look at here, mock-up interview questions. Like, if you don't know what kind of questions they ask in interview, so as everyone is having some 8 or 9 years experience people here, if you don't know like what kind of questions they ask, like if you just apply for a job having a 9 years experience, you may not clear the interview. So because of that, I just explain so what kind of questions they ask in interview and how to clear that interview. And also I'll take some mock-up interview if you're interested after the training is completed. And resume preparation. So example, the interview question is nothing but it's not like regular interview questions. Like this always keep on update. People ask different type of questions. Okay, I'll just explain like and what are the modules you need to you need to prepare more. Okay, so we have a different tools in business objects, reporting tools, different reporting tools there in a business objects. So what kind of questions they ask in individual reporting tools, so that I will explain. And the generic questions about the project. Tell me about your project currently working, and what is the architecture of your project. Can you tell me some of the scenario which you face the complex in your project reporting side? Which report you face as like consider that as a complex? Why that report you consider as a complex? Okay, tell me the situation you find which is not resolved. So something like a product issue you identified in the business objects. And tell me which are the complex universe designing you implemented in your project. Why it is complex. Okay, so this kind of generic questions they ask. Okay, so that we are going to cover in this session with a practical way. Resume preparation, and this training covered the certification exam preparation as well. After the training is completed, not after the training, maybe in the middle of the training you can go for a BOBJ certification. It's not mandatory you have to wait for till you complete the training. Once the web session training completed, you can go for the certification of the web intelligence. Okay. So we have individual certifications are there, certification exams are there. You can go for any of the tool, okay, but I prefer essentially go for web intelligence, which you can easily pass out. You can get a good percentage also if you go for web intelligence. Even if you certified in one tool in a resume or whenever you are attending the interviews, you can tell that I'm a BOBJ certified. You need not mention any of the specific tool. Okay, and also once you get a job at last, if you need any support, if you're finding understanding the requirements, you're finding difficulties understanding the requirement, maybe you understand the requirement but you stuck somewhere to proceed, how to proceed to implement this report. Okay, so in case if you need hourly support or monthly support, job support, I'll do that. Okay, normally I take the remote access to their system. So if they share the screen, so I can just check their system, so how we can resolve the issues, how we can proceed to implement. I just give the architecture diagram, how to proceed to process or develop the project. So that kind of job support also I'll give. Okay. So this is the last one. So coming to the topics, overview of the reporting tool. What is the reporting? What is the purpose of the reporting? And how the reports are helpful to the end user to make the good decision to improve their business. That we are discussing an overview of the reporting tool. And the BA Launchpad. BA Launchpad is a business object portal. So using this portal, end users are going to access the reports which is available in the business object server. Okay. So let's move to the next slide. So whatever the components which I added, right? So that you can see with the components wise architecture. Here you can see components wise business object architecture. The server based administration side, the server based architecture is different. So that we'll discuss in the administration part. Now I am talking about the components wise architecture. Okay. Yeah, hi Amit. We just started, and anyway we recorded the session in case if you feel that I just started because yeah, but still I'll just share the recorded session as well later. You can go through the recorded session. Okay. And if you have any question, there is a chat window. You can type your question or you can unmute yourself and you can talk to me directly.
Okay.
Amit, yeah. Okay. Now, so I'm talking about the architecture, business object components wise architecture. BA Launchpad is a business object portal. Using this portal, end user going to access the reports which is available in the repository. Amit, can you please keep on mute so we can hear some noise from your end? Okay, thank you. And the BA Launchpad is a business object portal. Using this portal, the end user access the reports. What are the different type of reports user can access? The BO itself is having the multiple reporting tools. So they can access the web reports. They can access the rich client reports. They can access the dashboards. They can access the crystal reports. They can access the Design Studio dashboards. They can access the Lumira reports. So these are the reports user can access through the BA Launchpad. Okay, so BA Launchpad is a business object portal. Using this portal, the end user directly access the reports on a ad basis. And as a BO developer, we are going to log into the BA Launchpad to implement a web intelligence report or to modify the web intelligence reports. Okay, as a BO developer, we are also logged into the BA Launchpad to implement a web intelligence reports or to modify the web reports. Web intelligence is one of the reporting tool in business object, which is mostly frequently we are using this tool to develop reports. And how to develop a web intelligence reports? We develop a web reports by connecting to the source as a universe. Okay, so we develop web reports by connecting to the source as a universe. What is a universe? Universe is a semantic layer between the different databases and the report developer. Okay, universe is a middleware between any of the reporting tool. Okay, and the universe is connected to the different sources, different databases, and using the universe we are going to develop a reports. Okay, so how we can implement the universe? So the universes are implemented by the BO developer only. Universe can be implemented by using the universe designer tool and the information designer tool, UDT and the IDT. UDT stands for universe designer tool, information designer tool. The IDT is introduced in 4.0. The UDT was there from the beginning of the business object version. Still the UDT is there in 4.1 and 4.2 as well. Okay, so why we have two tools? Like you can consider this as only the one tool. Well, the names are different, but creating the universe with a UDT, creating the universe with a IDT is both are same. There is no much difference. Instead of adding the new features in a UDT, the SAP come up with a new tool which is called the IDT in 4.0. Okay. With a UDT, I can create a universe by connecting to the any of the single database. You can create a universe by connecting to the Oracle database, or you can create a universe by connecting to the SAP HANA database, or you can connect to the SQL Server database, but which I can connect to the only the single database at a time. But with the IDT tool, you can create a universe by connecting to the SAP HANA source and Oracle database at a time. So suppose I have a HR information is Oracle database and the sales information is available in the SAP HANA system. Then you can create a one universe by connecting to the SAP and the Oracle database at a time.
You are breaking,
And
Madhu.
you can develop a web reports on top of that. Yeah, please.
Hey, Madhu.
Yes,
This
Anita,
is
go
Anita
ahead.
here. You are breaking
Yeah.
sometimes.
Is it for everyone? Hello, is it for everyone? If it is everyone, then problem with my end. What about others?
Yeah, I can hear you, Madhu.
You can hear me, right? Okay. Okay. What about Venkat, everyone? So other people, they can hear me properly, right?
Yes, sir. We are here clearly.
Shruti,
Yes, I
what
can
about
hear you.
Okay. And Anita, I think the problem with your end, I can say, because the other people can hear my voice clearly. Maybe you can
Okay,
check
then
your
it
internet.
is
No?
okay.
Okay.
It is
With
breaking
your
sometimes. So okay.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So you understand, guys. So the IDT, we can create a universe by connecting to the multiple databases at a time. And with a UDT, you can create a universe by connecting to the only the single database. We can't connect to the multiple databases at a time. Okay. So universe is required when non-SAP sources is available like Oracle and SQL Server databases. Okay, we have to design the universe. Or you can create a universe on top of the SAP sources as well, SAP HANA and BW. Okay. Now you understand, to create the web report, we need a universe. Without universe also, you can implement reports. Okay, with the latest version of the 4.2, you can directly connect to the SAP HANA source and develop a web report.
So one question.
Yeah, please.
You cannot connect the universe with IDT, SQL Server with IDT.
Yes, we can connect. We can connect any of the sources with IDT. I'm not mentioned here. I'm not linked with here to make more confused. So just
Okay.
show the IDT can connect to the multiple sources. With the UDT, you can connect to the any of the single source. Okay. You can design the universe by connecting to the any of the single source system with the UDT. With IDT, you can connect to the multiple databases at a time. You can create a reports. You can design the universe. Okay. Now, coming to HANA with the BO, you can implement a report by connecting to the SAP HANA sources directly. You can implement a reports by connecting to the SAP HANA database without universe. That we can do it with only the latest version of the BO. Okay, and if you have the 4.1, so you have to create a universe on top of the SAP HANA source and develop a web report. So these are the two steps we need to follow, but preferable always go for a universe. Do not directly connect to the SAP HANA sources. So we can define our own formula in the universe. Okay, we can improve the performance of the report instead of accessing the directly HANA database and defining the variables and formulas in web intelligence report. It always degrades the performance of the web report. So if you do all the calculation in Webby, so it always degrades the performance of the report. Okay, because of that, avoid accessing the HANA directly and develop a report. Use always the universe. Okay, fine. So to access the HANA database, we need to create the universe, or the Webby can directly connect to the SAP HANA databases. Okay, so that we'll discuss anyway very in detail later. And when it comes to the BW sources, you can create a universe on top of the InfoCubes, DSOs, multi-providers, and develop a reports on top of that. Okay, and if the BEX is already implemented, so the BEX is one of the query which designed by using the query designer tool in the business warehouse system. In the BW system, the BEX queries are implemented using the query designer tool. So using the BEX query, you can directly develop a web intelligence report. One BEX query, you can develop one web report, or multiple BEX queries, you can develop a multiple web reports. Okay. So how we are going to develop a reports on top of the BW system? Okay, that we'll discuss in detail when it comes to the practical. Okay. Now, apart from that, so apart from the web intelligence tool, we have other tool which is a rich client tool. It's a client based tool, so which required the client tools to be installed in your system to develop a rich client report. So to develop a web intelligence report, we do not require any installation. We are just log into the portal, BA portal or BO portal. We just directly develop a web reports. But to develop a rich client reports, we need to install the client software. We need to install the client software. Once we install, we can access this client tool and develop a report by connecting to the universes, by connecting to the BEX queries. Okay, and also by using the rich client tool, you can access the Excel or text files. If the data is stored in Excel or text files, you can connect to the Excel sheets and you can develop a rich client reports. And also, which you can develop a reports on top of the web services as well. Okay, so these are the different connectivities we have to implement the Webby rich client reports. Okay, so at the time of rich client implementation, reports implementation, I will explain all this. So you will see what exactly the difference between the web intelligence and rich client with the practical way. Okay, and There are other tools also there. It comes under the business object, but it required the separate license keys and a separate setup file. When you install the BO, you will not get all these tools by default. It required the separate license key and separate installation setup is required. Okay. Dashboard, XLCS dashboard. Whenever you are working with the project, so if there are some under reports requirements is there, out of 100, you may find 5-6 dashboards, maybe 2-3 crystal reports. Okay, depends on the requirement, so we can go ahead with the different tools in business objects. Okay, now so almost crystal report is already out of scope. Most of the crystal reports now it is migrating to the web intelligence or any other reporting tools. Okay, so anyway, we are still discussing that crystal reports, dashboards, and Design Studio is newly introduced with the 4.1 version, so which we can develop a dashboards by connecting to the SAP sources and non-SAP sources. Okay, so that also we are going to develop, discuss, and how to implement a dashboard using the Design Studio. And the Lumira also we are covering. Lumira is basically, which is not a developer tool, which is the end user tool, ad hoc reporting tool. End user can create their own reports. Okay, so all these tools we can implement by connecting to the universes. All the tools which we can develop a reports, a dashboard by connecting to the universes. And also there are other connectivities also there, so that we'll discuss later. Okay, fine. And this comes under whatever I just till now discussed, that comes under the development activity. Okay, and also we are discussing the administration part as well. CCM Central Configuration Manager tool. There we are going to configure the business object server. Server intelligence agent server we can configure. We can install the BO server in the cluster setup. So all we are going to cover. And the CMC, Central Management Console, is a tool which we can do all the administrator activity. Using the CMC tool, we are going to do all the administrator activity. Okay, how to create a users, how to give the access particular reports to the particular users, how to schedule a report, okay, and how to configure the SMTP server to schedule a report, and how to distribute the reports to the different user based on a specific filter condition by using the publication. So that we are going to cover. And once you develop a reports, so how we can move the reports development system to the quality, and quality system to the production. So while we are moving, so what is the process we follow? So that also we are going to discuss. By using the promotion management tool, we are promoting the reports from one environment to the other environment. Earlier the tool called the LCM in 4.0, now 4.1, which is called the promotion management tool. It is integrated with the CMC administrator tool. So you can consider this a web-based tool. Promotion management tool is a web-based tool. We can manage the versions as well using the PMT. And upgrade management tool is a tool which we can migrate the XI 3.1 older version reports to latest version of the 4.1. And what are the challenges we face while you migrate one version to the other version, so that we are discussing. And also we have another tool called report conversion tool. It's a tool which we can convert the convert the desktop intelligence reports. Desk is a tool which we can Desk is one of the reporting tool in a 3.1 that is permanently removed. But when you migrate the 3.1 reports to the 4.1, if there is any DESKI reports are there, those DESKI reports we can convert into the WebI format. The DESKI reports which you can convert into the WebI format. Okay, so that also we are going to cover. So guys, the training which I am going to explain in-depth knowledge of the development part as well as the administration part. So do not consider this training only the development part. So I'm going to cover the administration part as well. Okay. And the duration of this training is 35 hours. The development part and admin I'm going to cover in this training. And the duration of this training is 35 hours. And you will get the server access of the 90 days. 90 days. You need not to install anything, which we are going to connect to the remote server, which we are directly connecting to the remote server. So all the components are installed in the business objects server. You will see here business intelligence and BO server, client tools, and also we have a dashboard tool, design studio, crystal reports, and also Lumira. Okay, all the tools are introduced, installed here. And also we have HANA connectivity between BO with BW, BO with HANA. And also we have a connection between the SAP BW with the BO. So that also there. And we have a SQL server installed in our system. I think, okay. Yeah, so we have installed the SQL server. We are accessing the SQL server non-SAP sources, which we are developing the universe on top of that. Okay, so all we are going to cover, and which is more practical session. Okay, and the material will be provided, and also I'll just give you the assignments every day after I discuss one specific task, specific module or component. So then we'll give you the task. Okay, and the exercises also I will provide you, and all the project relevant document I will share with you, everyone. Okay, and every day we'll share the recorded session. Once the session is over, we'll share the recorded session, and the training will continue 8:30 to 9:30. The session will continue every day 8:30 to 9:30 AM IST. If possible, I will just move to the 7:30 also. Okay, fine, sure, that's okay. Okay, and so the first session following by tomorrow, we are going to start with the BL. I mean, start with the introduction of the reporting tool and the BL Launchpad and the web intelligence reports. So we'll start with the web report tomorrow. Okay, fine. And guys,
what if we miss a session? How does that work? Like, if suppose I'm not able to attend a session,
if you miss,
then
if you miss the
if I'm not able to attend a session.
In case if you are not able to attend the session, anyway we are recording the session, so we'll share the recorded session after the session get over. You can go through the recorded session. If you have any questions, you can ask the next day. If you have any doubts in that previous session, you can ask your questions in the next session.
Okay, thank you.
If you want, I will go through quickly. If you still could not able to understand, if you go through the recorded session, some specific topic, I'll just go through it one more time again.
Okay.
Okay. So that's it. And guys, tomorrow, so we'll start the first session. So please join the same meeting link. So next 2 days, so we are going to use the same meeting link. Okay. Tomorrow and after tomorrow, the remain same meeting link. And after that, I'll just change the new meeting link and you can join it. And I'll share that same link. Okay. And we are not following up any meeting link for tomorrow. Please use the same meeting link to join into the session. Okay. And I think Upendra and Ankit, I have your number. So Upendra, maybe you can share your contact details. We can follow up in case you are not joined on time. If you have any issues, yeah, we can check. So thanks all, thank you very much, and so we'll continue the session tomorrow. Use the same meeting link to attend the tomorrow session. I think I think we can take the number tomorrow. Upendra, you can join tomorrow session. Okay, thanks all, yes. And we are done today. If anyone have any questions, please go ahead. I'm open now.
Recording happening.